This is WW Coop, and I'm going to tell you guys how you can bend your connectors on your old 72-pin Nintendo connector and hopefully make your cartridges fit in really tight, which means that you won't have to put your cartridge in and take it out over and over again to get the connector right. Now, when you pull out your 72-pin connector, you're going to notice there is a bottom row of connectors, and these ones are easier to get at. Basically, you can just take your safety pin and just wedge it in underneath those, and then it's pretty easy to just, you can just push down and pry them up, and you can go all the way across and get them all pretty even, and that's really not a problem. However, getting to the back connector is a little bit more of a trick. And actually, you should do your back connectors first, because otherwise these front connectors tend to get in the way. I found that the easiest thing to do is actually just to flip it over, and you can work from there. Now, these slots that you see in the bottom, you can't really do anything with that. You see the end of the connectors in those, but you should ignore that. What we're trying to do is get in underneath the connectors by putting our pin towards the back. Now, I've actually bent I think about 8 of these already, and what you need is a really bright light, because you're not going to have a chance to see what you're doing unless you have a bright light shining directly back there. Now, if you can see that okay, what you should notice is that I've actually bent about 8 of these connectors already, and what you're trying to do is actually get your safety pin underneath the connector. You can see I've actually got my safety pin underneath one of these connectors right now. Once you have it threaded through there, it's really no problem. You can just, push down on the pin, and it's going to bend that connector just the way that you want to. And if you've done it right, once you get through there, you're going to notice that these are bent up. So you can see the ones that you've already completed, and you just work your way across. Now, it does take a little practice, and it's going to take some serious patience to get through this, but once you get the back row bent and set up the way that you want, then you can just flip this over, come back, do the bottom front row here, which are much easier to get at. You bend those, then you can come back, put your Nintendo back together, and slap that cartridge in. It's going to be really tight. That's just exactly what you want. And when you boot up your Nintendo games, they should come up just like new. And that's about it. And if it doesn't work, well, that's tough for you. But in any case, it's better to try than just give up and think your Nintendo is broken completely. Good luck!